Are you wondering what is the best podcast recording software for 2024? If so, you are in the right place because in this video I'm going to show you the exact tool I have personally been using from day one of recording my podcast. When you're just getting started with podcasting, it might feel a tad bit overwhelming to figure out all the tech around you to get this thing off the ground. And you might be thinking to yourself, I'm already using Zoom to record my meetings, so maybe I should use the same tool to record my podcast? The short answer is a loving no, especially if you're planning to have guests on your podcast. When you're selecting your podcast recording software, it's incredibly important that number one, it allows you to record in 4K for best video quality. Number two, it records locally, and if there are ever any Wi-Fi glitches, which by the way happens a lot, you still end up with a high quality recording, not a blurry one. And number three, you need to have separate tracks. For example, if I was interviewing John on my show and he was sharing so many golden nuggets, but I suddenly sneezed. In the editing part, I need to be able to mute myself, mute my track, whilst John keeps on talking. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I only had one track, and I basically would have ruined that entire experience, which I might have to cut out the entire piece of John talking. For all these reasons, I have personally chosen to use Riverside to record all my podcasts. So let me show you how incredibly simple it is and how you can start using it yourself. Step number one, click the link down below to open up Riverside, and you can either get started completely for free by clicking on this button over here, or once you fall in love with this tool, you can also get a super yummy deal by using code Vendy15 to get 15% off all the pay plans. Step number two, record your podcast. Now, once you have created your account, you're going to see a dashboard like this, and you're probably already getting a sense that Riverside has quite a few other features available. Though right now, you could either click this button to start recording, or we could also click the skip button to open up our studio. This right here is your podcast studio, and all your future episodes are going to live here. Now, over here, if you choose to, you can actually rename this to be your podcast name. In my instance, it's going to be the Deeper Knowing Podcast. And now, whenever I am ready, I can actually either go to studio and start recording if it's a solo session, or if you are gonna have guests on, you can invite them by clicking this invite to record, and you're gonna share this link. Quick thing I want to highlight that this link you just copied over here is always going to be the same. So no matter who you invite onto your podcast, they're always going to be using the same link, which is for a guest. Right now though, let's head into our studio so you see exactly how this looks in real life. What we have to do right now is enter your name over here, and you can either say you're not using headphones or you are using headphones. Typically, whenever you are recording for real, you definitely want to be using headphones, especially if you have a guest, because you want to avoid echo, which again is a pain to fix in post-production. So please use headphones when you're recording for real. Right now, I'm going to say I am not using headphones because this is just a tutorial. I can double check that I'm selecting the correct camera here, the correct microphone, and you can also change the speaker over here, and then we're going to say join studio. This is how your studio looks once you're inside, and you can see over here that you can invite your guests one more time, though again the link is the same. What I'm going to do right now is join as guests, so you see exactly what happens in an interview scenario. Alright, so I know this is looking a little crazy right now because we have way too many Vendys on one screen. Though right now on the left hand side, this is the host. This is me as a host who created this podcast, and the guest is my clone, which I just joined as a guest using our link. And what I want to show you is that over here on the right hand side, you can actually see exactly what your guest is using for their webcam, for their mic, and for their speakers. And this is super handy because you can remind your guests to use the correct camera and also switch their headphone just in case they have forgotten to do so. Now, once you're all set with your guests and I'm here with my clone, what we're gonna do right now is hit this record button and see what happens. So right now we're seeing a countdown for us, and the moment it's go time right now, it is recording. And I really want to make sure that at some point, I think one of us might freeze. So did you see that my clone froze? Because we're basically using the same camera. I'm just trying to do a lot of fast movements. This is probably looking crazy, okay? However, because we're recording locally, the final result of this episode is not going to be blurry or frozen. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by this. So let's just go ahead and actually stop our recording over here. And what you can see here is that it's getting uploaded. So you can see yourself and your guest. And what you always want to remind your guests is to keep their computer open until the upload completes, which typically is a couple of minutes. Step number 3 for you is to get your recordings. The way you do this is by returning to your studio. We're going to click within this, which is basically myself and my clone doing a video together. And scrolling over here, you can actually download all recordings. So click here to download video separately and audio separately for my clone, and I can do the same thing for myself. So in this instance, what I want to show you is that the end result for my clone is actually a very good video. Remember that during our recording, the Vendy clone kept freezing and was a bit blurry. And what I want to show you is that when we go ahead and actually download this video, you can either download raw or align, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with this. I want to show you that the end result is not going to be frozen. What I have open right now is Vendy clone video, and I'm just going to click play, and you're going to see that I'm moving here, but I'm not freezing. So again, because we are recording locally on our devices, the end result, the end video is going to be in the highest quality possible based on the camera we were using in the first place. There you have it, my love. That's exactly how you can record your podcast using Riverside. So go ahead, click that link down in the description and try it for yourself. If you found this video helpful, could you please do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. We have a big goal hitting 100K subscribers on YouTube by the end of this year, and I could so appreciate your support with this. If you want to learn more about how to edit your podcast within Riverside and also upload it onto Spotify, you definitely want to check out these two videos next where I break that down step by step. So go ahead, click over here, and I'm going to see you there. Bye.